Right. So this is a patent. That's a good graft. As we said, the patient had 2 more grafts, which we need to find. So I need to go back to the axial images and start looking at the ascending aorta. Okay. So starting from the aortic root and going up. Here I see something. Okay. All right, we'll start. Yeah. Okay. Here I see the ostium probably of something, of a graft, but I don't see any lumen opacified beyond that. So that could well be a stump of an occluded venous graft. Okay. And just above that, we can see the ostium of another graft. Okay. And again, if I MIP that, I may be able to see the anatomy better. So that's a graft that goes to the left side of the heart. Okay, goes here and gets attached probably to the circumflex or to an obtuse marginal branch. We'll find out. Okay, so let's track this. Get back to NPR. Have you all found this graft? Okay, so this is the graft we tracked from the ascending aorta towards the left side of the heart, which gets attached to an obtuse marginal branch. Okay. Now, we can even see that there is something here. All right. There's probably stenosis here, which we will confirm on this cross-sectional imaging. Look at how the lumen gets narrowed and disappears briefly before it reappears. Okay. So that could be potentially a severe stenosis. Okay. Just make sure that your center line is where it should be, right at the middle, so it's not an artifact. Okay, so it looks real. All right. And moving down the venous, this is a venous graft. And moving down, we can see that this venous graft has also got a stent. Okay, which there's too much blooming and too much motion. We cannot really assess the stent. And just distal to the stent, there may be another stenosis there. Hard to say because the diameter gets very small, the lumen there. But we definitely have something very proximal. Okay, we definitely have stenosis here, which is severe, which is definitely more than 70%. And so we know that this graft gets attached to probably the OM branch. And then, right, and just below that graft, there was a stump, as we said. We were not able to identify the venous graft to the RCA. So that was occluded. Okay. Probably it was here. Sometimes you cannot track a fully occluded venous graft. Okay, let's see then what the invasive angio showed. Okay, that's the Lima graft. Okay, which is patent. That's the venous graft to the OM. And you can see that this is the area of severe stenosis very proximally. Okay. The stent was patent, but there was another significant stenosis just distal to the stent. You can see it here as well. It's proximal, yeah. There were 2 stenoses, one proximal, one distal. Yeah, well, there were 2. One proximal, one distal, which we ballooned and extended very proximal, the proximal one. As well as the distal bit. And therefore, we restored normal flow in this venous graft at the end. I don't know if this was very quick or very slow, but